Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast. Joey Janela always goes in.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Stephen Larson, taped live at twitch.tv/Stephen Larson, where we just received a level 2 hype train emote.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Anyways, it's a lot of fun here on the Twitch, and we're also available wherever podcasts can be found. Leave us a rating, review, or a comment if you're listening to us right now, or if you're listening to my dog bark behind me outside my office. Do that. Hey, it's okay. I was listening to my 538 Politics podcast today, and I forget the dude's name, but he had a dog barking in the background in their intro. So it happens to the best of them, man.
There you go.
Anyways, we're also available on the Patreon. Hey, man, we got this thing called Friendo Club TV.
It's a brand new initiative. It's all inclusive.
It is bonus content, vintage 10 for the wins. Ask Stephen Larson, where no wrestling questions are allowed. Today, and God, I got to reprocess this thing. I got to upload this thing again because it's not processing all the way. We power ranked because Seth Rollins said something about I've got a new disciple that I want to bring on board. We power ranked the worst possible disciples that he could possibly.
Somebody close to him. That's what he specified. Somebody close to him.
So I'll just give one spoiler. I speculated it could be Roman Reigns on a Zoom call where it's cutting out his dogs. His big dogs are barking. His kids are running around.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Speculated they could rehire Curtis Axel and kayfabe him as NWO disciple.
Exactly. It could be like Bruce Beefcake back in the day. So there are 3 ways you can find that bonus content, man. Through Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson. It's at the tier that's called Friendo Club TV. It's $5 a month. By clicking join on our YouTube channel, becoming a YouTube channel member, or by hitting us up with a Twitch sub right here on the twitch.tv/Stephen Larson. Even the Prime subs get access to the bonus content. If you have not received the bonus content link in your email via Twitch, check your email notifications, because I've noticed that some people have reached out to me and said, hey, Steve, I haven't received I want my bonus content. I threw you guys a sub. And I say, check your email. And sure enough, it's not clicked to get email notifications for that stuff. So try that. Check your spam folder. If it still doesn't work, hit me up on the Twitter. Let me know. Also on the Patreon, we're coming down to the last couple days of the month. And
4 days left.
We've got, if you want to get your Friendo Care Package, which includes this amazing full-color Going in Raw comic book featuring an all-new adventure with Stephen Larson.
It's a tale that can only be told in the pages of comic book. It costs way too much money to make a major motion picture out of that.
You get a bunch of stickers, including, now I'm throwing in for the $20 ones, this glow-in-the-dark Going in Raw logo sticker, and then you also get the, this one, the red Friendo Club sticker at $20. And then for the $50 ones, you get all that plus this T-shirt, right? Not this. I'm wearing this, but like your own size and your own version, a clean one.
No, you get that exact one.
Well, people are gonna be fighting over this. Is gonna be worth a lot more than $50. It's got the Friendo Club
be worth less.
shirt, and then look at this hologram.
Yeah,
right
holograms
there.
are neat.
That's good stuff. Anyways, and then I think I've been putting in these tattoos as long as we have them. I think I got like 50 of these things.
Yeah, might as well.
It's the tattoo for Friendo Club. Anyways, so hit us up on the Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson. A very eventful AEW went down tonight.
Man, that's a fun show.
This felt like an AEW after Mania, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess Double or Nothing is one of their major 2 pay-per-views, so I guess it's appropriate.
Yeah, for sure. A lot going on, obviously, in our thumbnail. Sort of, I don't know. I mean, I know Tyson's a bigger name than perhaps in the mainstream than perhaps FTR, but I think to us wrestling nerds, we marked out maybe more for the debut of FTR.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Yeah, yell hey. It's kind of sad, perhaps, that there weren't like a ton of fans, because this would have gotten a massive pop. Would have been a huge moment.
Popped.
But this was cool.
Huge.
It was simple.
It was super cool.
And, hey, they're here now. That's awesome, right?
Heck yeah, man. So, yeah. Yell, hey, whatever you want to say.
They can't say that, yeah.
I'm still saying yeah.
Yeah, they don't even know what their actual name is, by the way.
Well, it's FTR. That's their name.
But what does it stand
They don't
for?
know what it mean. Whatever you want it to mean. Their name's FTR. There's no ambiguity about that. What FTR stands for is open to interpretation.
Wow, that's too deep for me. So that was really cool. I thought that was neat. It was, they didn't really do much except for, did Butcher and the Blade forget their normal attire?
Maybe that's what they normally wear outside the ring.
Maybe. They were in the crowd at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Who's the heftier guy?
Butcher.
The Butcher, the Haas. He was wearing like, he's in like a metal band or something, and he was wearing like a cool shirt, like a metal shirt or something at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
But they were wearing like all white tonight, and they attacked. Good to see them again too.
Well, Braxton Sutter, Blade didn't have a shirt on. He had suspenders holding up his pants.
But it was all white.
Took those off. Yeah, he had white pants on. Yeah.
Did he bleach like the little amount of hair he had on his head too?
It looked that way. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't just tripping. Okay.
They're undergoing a bit of repackaging because what's her name escaping me now? His wife, Allie. She wasn't sitting by them. I don't think she was sitting next to QT Marshall all night.
There's a story going on Dark with them.
Yeah.
There's a story that's happening on Dark, which I'm speculating here they're gonna move that to HBO Max or something, because HBO Max was plastered all over this thing, man.
Yeah. Well, that could be.
Well, they said they were gonna have like a second TV show.
Totally, and they really were pushing HBO Max. I didn't thought about they might be having Dark over there. But that's
either
entirely
Dark
possible.
or whatever their second show, which you'd assume is just going to be Dark. I wonder, given that Dark is like super long these days, I wonder if they're going to try to keep Dark on YouTube. YouTube's a big deal. You want to stay on YouTube. And then, but they're going to have like an hour, like they're going to do 2 hours, like 1 hour of Dark, 1 hour of HBO Max show, and then, the 2 hour Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Just an idea. I don't know.
Maybe you should be running HBO Max.
What's that?
Maybe you should be running HBO Max.
Oh, don't even get me started, man. All the initiatives that I'd bring to the table. You want all the subs? You want all of them? Jesus, Harold Christ, can you pay attention? Anyways, to kick off the show.
Someone absconded with my phone here. I'm confused by what's going on.
You don't need your
I've
damn
got no
phone.
information.
No,
it's not a matter of the phone. It's not a matter of the phone. I'm confused about what's going on in my house.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. You are
usually I'm very on top of whatever is going on around here.
You think you're merely one of the inmates, my friend. You are merely one of the inmates in that particular asylum. Oh man. Anyways, and then the Tyson thing was cool too. What'd you think of the Tyson thing?
Cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What do you think
that was neat?
What do you think the deal with that's going to be?
Oh, it's going to be Jericho versus Tyson at All Out, man.
That seems to be the case, right?
Or Fighter Fest. Maybe it'd be Fighter Fest. That's sooner. Sometime this summer, Fighter Fest. That's how they're advertising it.
I would maybe assume that it's going to be. Now I'm distracted.
You are.
I would possibly assume that. I mean, they could look All Out. Well, no, All Out's still about 4 months away. Well, 3 months away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go down. Fighter Fest just seems too small, I guess. That's my thing. If All Out is actually their WrestleMania, which I don't really know if Double or Nothing's their Mania or if All Out's their Mania or All Out's just another big show. Yeah. But if that's supposed to be the biggest show and potentially maybe we'll have fans. Maybe. Potentially. If that's going to be the case. Because if you want Jericho Tyson, you can't do that in an empty arena.
No, not really.
You shouldn't do that there.
No.
They should do a year-long build to the next Double or Nothing because that'll definitely have fans. Because you got to have. If you're going to have Tyson, you got to have him in Vegas, man.
That's true.
Anyways.
That's a good point.
So the episode kicked off with a promo, if you will. I think that's what they call them in the industry. With the Elite and Matt Hardy. And
no, it started off with the Inner Circle. They're backstage. They got a bunch of these T-shirts.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Oh, it was good. So they got a bunch of T-shirts. They're all sitting around in front of like a U-Haul truck, and they got a bunch of these T-shirts. Like when someone is playing in the Super Bowl, They just don't print one T-shirt for the winners. They print T-shirts for both teams, and whoever wins, they actually pass those T-shirts out. The other ones, I don't know what they do with them. The Inner Circle, they printed up Stadium Stampede champion shirts for themselves, and they got boxes of them. And Jericho saying, we need to figure out how to recoup the costs of all these shirts. Thank goodness there's only just a few boxes. And Santana's like, well, actually got us a really good deal. There's more in a few boxes. Ortiz is doing this gimmick where he's screaming at everything, and it's great.
Ortiz was cracking me up, yeah.
And so the truck that's behind him is just full of these shirts, and Jericho face palms.
I am bummed out. These shirts are not available on AEW shop or shopaew.com.
They should be.
That makes me so sad. I like that new FTR shirt, though. That's pretty cool.
There we go.
Looking.
Joe Juarez says the losing team shirts go to charities for like the Super Bowl and World Series and such.
Yeah, they're like the stumps on a muffin in that Seinfeld episode.
I guess so, yes.
They've got like the legit champions shirt for the Elite. I don't want that. I want that. I want the number one. The Inner Circles one looked cool. It had like a cool like the 3D colors on it.
Yeah, it looked like a real Super Bowl champion T-shirt.
I know, it was rad.
First match of the night: Private Party and Joey Janela taking on the Young Bucks and Matt Hardy. And this is where Young Bucks.
Yeah, they had that promo before this one.
Yeah, this is where they had the promo.
Okay.
Where Hardy was talking about how he's proud to fight the Great War with the Elite, and Paige is like, "I'm gonna go back to the hotel and have a beer." And Kenny's like, "Well, I got some milk on ice there too. I'll join you." So they leave.
I know, man, they're on the same page, if you will. That's great. That's fantastic.
Indeed.
And then so they leave, and then the Young Bucks ask Matt Hardy if he can get younger. We want an earlier version of you. This is hilarious because they essentially have with one hire with Matt Hardy they got like what 4 or 5 people
essentially,
because he comes back as Team Extreme. Then they want him to go even younger.
Yeah.
What was?
So I guess that's like Omega, that promotion that he and Jeff started,
what
I think.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't go back and look at like actual pictures of that. I was gonna see their he should dress up as their debut on Raw. Weren't they wearing like
gear?
Fluorescent green or something?
Well, they had plaid gear for a bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's right. It was plaid. You're totally right.
Yeah. So the match begins. Kind of the major story beat until the end. Joey is brawling with Nick on the floor.
Oh wait, no, I was right. His first one. You're right. They did have that, but in 90
at some point,
his very first one in '94, he had half white. He had one leg was white and one half was Volt. The other leg was Volt. That's what I remember. That's awesome. Funny.
So Joey Janela ducks a super kick. So Nick accidentally clocks Blade sitting ringside of the super kick. Matt just jumps over the barricade, hits Butcher with crossbody. Action continues in the ring. I kind of feel like the finish of this match was rushed because I'm wondering if Mark Quinn actually hurt himself. So there's twin topes from Private Party. Immediately, Mark Quinn's selling leg, and just based on how the finish went down, like Matt Jackson just got in the ring. He wasn't tagged in. He just got in. Super kick Cassidy. Young Bucks hit more bang for your buck, and Matt's like, "All right, come over." Jackson tells Matt Hardy to come over and pin him. They all pinned him to win the match, and then Matt Hardy went down ringside and helped Mark Quinn out.
It seemed awkward, but given how much Cassidy was like talking to Mark Quinn and obsessed with what was going on with him, or distracted by what was going on with him, that much felt like it was a work. But you're right. There could have been, I don't know. The end did seem awkward, especially when Nick was like, "Come here and pin him."
It seemed really convenient for Matt Hardy to come and help Mark Quinn backstage, thus leaving the ring with just the Young Bucks in it.
Yeah, I know. You know I know exactly. I kind of think that maybe they were trying to do like a work shoot thing where he fakes the injury.
If that was the case, Mark Quinn was doing a heck of a job trying to get up those stairs with a faking the leg injury.
No, he was selling it great. He was selling it really, really.
I hope he's
good.
okay. I hope he's fine. I hope it is all just work.
Yeah, no,
but he's really good. I want to see him go out with any sort of leg injury.
Sorry, I'll put it this way: he looked like if he was selling, he was doing a damn good job. It wouldn't surprise me if he was actually hurt though, because he was doing that good of a job.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Young Bucks are in the ring. They're celebrating. Butcher and the Blade come in. They attack him. FTR rolls up in like an old school truck. Say yeah.
Man, this looked like some American Graffiti truck.
Yeah.
These guys look like they were looking for Milner.
Was that Harrison Ford's character's name?
No, that was
Bob Falfa.
Bob Falfa.
That's what his name was.
I wanted to say Alpha, but Bob Falfa. Yeah. Hey, man, you've seen a guy driving around a piss yellow car.
Bob Falfa. That might be George Lucas's greatest cinematic achievement to come with the name Bob Falfa.
And then he was Fuzz in the sequel. Bob Falfa had turned into a cop in the next one.
Oh man,
he had a cameo as a cop. Oh man, poor Milner. Anyways, so wait, where are we now? Oh yeah, so FTR show up. They get out of their American Graffiti truck, and then they roll up to the ring. They go to the Young Bucks. They're about to like beat them up, but instead,
Butcher and Blade actually back off the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, FTR's here. We don't have to do anything else. They're going to take care of the Young Bucks now."
They're tuned into social media, then instead of them laying out the Young Bucks, they turn their attention to Butcher and the Blade. They take them out. Young Bucks, I think they extend their hand to shake them, and then they say, "Too cool for school. We'll see you on the drag circuit, or in the whatever that's called, the drag race thing." I don't know what it's called.
You're cruising downtown Modesto.
Yeah, downtown to listen to some Wolfman. Hey, it's Wolfman Jack.
Yeah.
Oh God,
it was good. So I imagine this match. I'd be surprised to do this at Fyter Fest. This seemed like something you wait to all out to do. Versus Young Bucks, you know?
Yeah. No, you could. Yeah. I mean, you do this at every damn pay-per-view between now and All Out. You know,
it'd be incredible.
Yeah,
I'm guessing they didn't have the FTR attack the Young Bucks. So they're building up to actual physicality in this whole thing.
Oh,
just don't deliver initially, which is good.
Yeah,
make people wait because people really want to see them fight.
You know what they should do? You know what would be cool is if they were like, "Hey, yeah, we helped him last night or last week. We helped you guys because we want to be your friends." The FTR stands for friends.
Friends that
rock.
There you go.
Or friends that rock. Exactly.
Friends that rock.
And then they swerve them.
And then
they're foes that roll. Anyways.
Yeah. Foes that roll.
I guess. I don't know. Anyways, where are we now? Yeah. So after that we had Brian Cage. Who can get in the way of Brian Cage? Versus Lee Johnson.
And Moxley came out for commentary. He wanted to do some advanced scouting of Mr. Brian Cage in advance of their matchup at Fyter Fest, whenever that happens this summer. No date, but it's happening. He's really putting over Brian Cage. Of course, Brian Cage wins. He threw Lee Johnson basically all the way across the ring. That Steiner screwdriver, the drill claw, as he calls it, that's an anxiety-inducing move.
Really? You're right, though, man. He was throwing that kid everywhere. So that's great. He wins, of course, with the drill claw in like moments. He throws a kid a couple times and drill claw, boom, it's done.
Yeah.
Taz has a promo where he has basically bequeathed his Taz catchphrase unto Brian Cage, where he addresses Mox. I love that your Taz promo notes are infinitely longer than you have one line written for the match. That's great.
Yeah.
You got Mox on commentary, Cage wins with drill claw, Taz promo, and then you write a book. He calls out Mox. He says, "Great to see him. I respect you. He's grinded. He's a top guy. He's champ, blah, blah, blah. But at Fyter Fest, he says, Mox, you're dealing with something different. Cage is a machine.
You're dealing with a machine."
Yeah. Taz wants Mox to bring his grit. And he's not talking about the magazine that they used to hand out to the soldiers on the front line. He's talking about.
And then he says, "Beat Cage if you can, survive if he lets you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. That's what he used to say about himself.
Yeah.
And then Mox.
That was in WWE. He said that, right?
Oh, he said that in ECW.
Okay, I was going to make sure.
Yeah, I think he brought it over with him. It's a great phrase.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. After that, we had, speaking of fantastic, we had Tony Schiavone moderating a Brit Baker interview, or trying to anyways.
Yeah.
Where she turns into conspiracy theorist.
Oh, it was great.
This was great. She was rolling up in a wheelchair. This is days after she was hanging out at Tony Khan's party pad.
Memorial Day party, yeah.
Seemingly with no problems.
Yeah, no, she wasn't wearing a knee brace, but that happens on social media. That's real life. This is kayfabe, so you got to roll with it. I like that on the back of her wheelchair it said role model, not ROLE, ROLL, because wheels roll.
Because she rolls. She's a friendo that rolls. Yeah, this was good. Tony was reviewing the rules of being a role model.
Well, it seemed like he was going to. There was like a giant sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And he had a pointer. And then Britt's like, no, give it to me. So she does it. And she asks Reba's help to turn the pages over. So rule number 3, don't hurt the role model. And that's when she says, yeah, getting hurt was part of a conspiracy. She says, yeah, stat letter being an alien is a crock of shit.
That was great.
She broke my nose. She's a fraudulent champ conspirator. That's how she punctuates each of these.
Yeah, conspirator.
Nyla Rose, I've seen her jump off the top rope hundreds, not thousands of times. She could have guided herself away from my fragile leg conspirator.
Mm-hmm.
And then Reba Britt says, get the board. Reba brings it in. It's a bulletin board, pictures of all the conspirators, red string connecting them all.
Yeah.
In the middle, Aubrey Edwards, who Britt labels the brain. Some point during this, I'm pretty sure Britt said the F word.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Well, she said, bring the board. But like she kind of stops her from saying the middle syllable.
Oh, that's funny.
So it kind of sound like more like freaking, but it sounded like she was on the verge. If she didn't say it, she was very close to saying one of the words you're not allowed to say on television.
I'm kind of shocked that we didn't get any accidental F-bombs in the main event segment with Tyson.
Can you say?
Well, they've beeped it before.
Yeah.
They beeped it on here.
But it's cable. You can still say F word, right?
I've seen it before. I don't know if I don't know if
thing.
there's still a time designation because I've seen it. Like I've seen it. Okay, so I can't pinpoint the exact one, but I have seen it on movies that have run after AEW Dynamite on TNT. I'm almost positive that they ran Pain and Gain. And they dropped it on that. I think
could be.
I'm almost positive that's where I heard it.
I could have misheard. It could have heard us saying freaking or something like that. But
so Joe Juarez says no F-bombs on TV 14 shows. So they'd have to be TVMA.
Depends on the rating. Gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I felt like she pulled it back. It seemed like she was gonna say it and then realized she was gonna say it and pulled it back. But it could just be me. Could just be me mishearing because I'm like here typing notes while trying to listen to stuff.
No, it's totally possible. This was great though. My favorite part was just Tony because he's so great. He's just kind of hapless. He's not super hapless. He's kind of hapless, especially when it comes to Britt because she bullies him around, but she really likes him. And I love that JR and Excalibur both poke fun at him. I think it's hilarious.
Yes.
Anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, so she says she'll be back at All Out. So 3 months, that's fine.
Yes. Next, we got an Inner Circle interview. Jericho tells Alex Marvez to shut his ass. The pep rally is going to be like the greatest spectacle in AEW history. And then Orange Cassidy wanders in the background. This distracts Jericho.
Lingering.
Just
milling about.
Yeah. And then Cassidy walks through the frame. Jericho kind of says to himself, I'll see you later, Orange.
Yeah, Jericho is. I was cracking up. This is the pep rally. I was dying laughing. Some of that stuff was hilarious.
That was all really good.
But we'll get to there in a bit. First up, we had Christy Janes versus Hikaru Shida, the champion, and Christy Janes. Of course, she's Brazilian. She was
okay. Hold on. Duckman says she actually did have to catch herself from saying the F word. Okay.
There you go. So Christy Janes is doing sort of a Miriam type thing because I think Miriam, I'm pretty sure, it was Brazilian as well.
Yes, that's correct.
There you go. So the influence is spreading far and wide. Smart girl, that Christy Janes.
Another instance of us doing something in our video game series that barely anybody watched and somehow influencing the entirety of the wrestling world.
Seemingly everybody who actually watched that was like key members of the wrestling community. So anyway, she comes out dancing in Brazilian gear, and
she encourages Shida to do the same. Shida's about to bust a move, and then Christy Janes kicks her in the leg.
Rude. Yeah, that's not conducive to dancing. Anyways,
No.
James misses a lion salt. Sheeta hits her with a big forearm, falls with the Shining Wizard, but only gets 2. Then Sheeta hits Falcon Arrow for the win. We go to commercial. Kenny and Paige are both in the hotel room, and I think the insinuation was Paige, the camera that we had that was in there was like a hidden camera that Paige discovered, and Kenny was telling him, "Don't worry about it. I've got this on TV that I'm watching, whatever that was."
Yeah.
And then he was like,
But
okay.
you couldn't hear what they were saying, though.
Right,
You
yeah,
heard commercial audio, not what they were saying. Next, we get a Cody interview where he does most of the talking. And it's kind of a roundabout way of him saying that he's going to defend the TNT title every week.
Yes, correct.
He took the scenic route to get there.
He really did.
He made reference to not being welcome back in Connecticut. Of course, a WWE reference. But started out talking about why Tom Brady's is here at quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not from New England. He's not welcome back in Connecticut.
What a weird way to that's, I think that, I understand with you and the Philadelphia Eagles, why they're your favorite team. When you're a kid, you liked Randall Cunningham, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I understand that. I get that. Right. I'm more of whoever is closest to you, that's your team.
Yeah, I've never part of that too for me though. Sorry, is when I was growing up in Arizona and first started getting into sports. Apart from the Phoenix Suns, there were no local teams.
Oh yeah.
So for me, at the time, the only baseball I could watch in the mid '80s was Dodger baseball, unless it was a nationally televised game. For some whatever reason, we got local Dodgers games, so I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
So early on, I was a Dodgers fan because of that. Anyway, sorry, continue. I'm just saying that might be why I'm not like per se a hometown team fan. Anyway,
yeah, sure.
There you go.
But his reasoning for why Tom Brady's his favorite quarterback is because he wasn't chosen first. He was like chosen as a backup, and then he, when what's his face, Drew Brees? No, not Drew Brees.
Bledsoe. Drew
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Thank you. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe.
I believe Brady was the 199th player taken that year.
Right. So he got injured, and then all of a sudden they open up, the freaking Brady just destroys everything, and it's great. That's just that's a weird reason to love a guy, but whatever. Anyways.
Well, I guess he's saying he's an underdog, and then he says, Tony Khan, he's putting together his wrestling company. He wants the best wrestlers in the world. I wasn't the first or second or third guy that Tony Khan
the crap
called.
out of this. Cody
he was fourth.
That was silly. He knew Cody was the guy. I mean, look at what Cody came into being the Elite and basically took over that show. I guarantee you he's the first guy that Tony Khan made the call to. Anyway.
Maybe. He talks about getting called up to main roster in WWE too early at 21. We barely knew how to run the ropes. He says Dustin got all the dusty in terms of the natural wrestling ability, but he says, but respectfully, he got something better. Says his mom taught him everything he needs to know about grit. It's not about talent. It's about work ethic, determination, grit. He says he'll outwork anyone with talent. And he says, but anybody that's going to judge me what I do next. And he says every week there will be an open challenge, except for next week, I guess, because there was a battle royal tonight to determine his first challenger.
Yeah.
He talks about wrestling during the pandemic, an obligation to give the fans the best. And he says, follow me because this is where the fun begins. So,
here's the thing. How long do you think this every week challenge thing is going to last, given the roster of AEW talent? How many?
The size of it?
The size,
like legit competitors.
I mean, look, if you want to extend it to the school kids like Pineapple Pete and whatnot, you can do that. Even then, you're looking at a maximum of 6 months.
Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say about 20 weeks.
Yeah, that's cool though. I like this.
But I wonder if at some point in amongst all this, he'll actually get in a real program with somebody. And
then that'll be dropped. Yeah.
Or at least, there might be something going on where a week will go by and there's not a match. He's not ready to go or something. I don't know.
He needs to drop it to a mid-carder because of a feud that he's got. Who won this week? Oh, Jungle Boy won this week.
Yeah.
That's right. What if he takes on Jungle Boy next week? See, here's what I really want from AEW, man. We know that Moxley's going to hold this title for a while, right?
Probably.
Now, the Paige Omega thing was pretty unexpected. Even the Sheeta thing was actually pretty unexpected. Yeah. I like that. I like the unexpected. I want, that great moment on Nitro when Lex Luger unexpectedly beat Hulk Hogan. Now, granted, 2 weeks later at the motorcycle rally, Hulk Hogan took that title back, but I want something unexpected like that to happen. What if next week Jungle Boy takes on Cody and Lance Archer comes in, screws Cody, Jungle Boy, who had a great showing against MJF. He's the TNT champion, and then it's a mid-card title where it should be.
Yeah. Here's another thing to consider. We can move on to this next match. It was Kip Sabian versus Jimmy Havoc versus SCU. It was mentioned on commentary that whoever wins this match gets a bout against Paige and Omega next week.
Yeah.
And, of course, Best Friends have a title shot coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost sound like Excalibur let slip that Best Friends might win those titles.
Yeah, I sort of heard that too, but there were so many words there that I was like, okay, he must have said that wrong.
Because but I think he realized and walked it back slightly.
Yeah,
they could be challenging Best Friends for these titles, or whoever ends up having them.
Or whoever ends. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I honestly, that seemed to me more of a slip of the tongue than it did him actually knowing what was going on. I have no idea who would know what in terms of the booking plans.
Yeah. But just going back to your idea of surprising things happening, I think whenever this Best Friends Omega Page match, I guess Fyter Fest probably goes down, I don't know a lot of people who would actually expect Best Friends to go in there and win those belts.
Yeah, that's one that I wouldn't be. It's for me, it's going to sort of depend, I guess. I mean, they might do a thing where everything is just completely roses with Hangman and Omega, and that's why it falls apart. Like maybe they just work better when they're not on the same team. Or when they're, what I mean?
On the same page.
On the same page, yeah. But yeah, I would not, I would probably wait to see what they're going to do with that. But yeah, no, I mean, regardless, that'd be a surprise. After that, we had, where am I? Cody interview, Kip Sabian versus
We're on that
Jimmy
match.
M.
We didn't really go through that match yet.
Yeah, that was a fun match.
It was a fun match, yeah.
Mm-hmm. SCU, surprisingly, they took an L, man.
Yeah, man.
They're on road to Scorpio Sky as a singles guy.
Yeah, it seems that way. So the finish saw SCU set up for their finisher. SCU later. Penelope Ford grabs Kazarian by the ankle. Scorpio Sky sitting down the ring. Kip and Havoc hit their finish, which is like a basement drop kick Michinoku driver combo to get the win.
So Zondo says
whether it was a title shot. Was it a title shot? Is it a title shot against Paige and Omega?
So the one next week is why are they getting a title shot? It's funny because what's his face? Chuck joked about that on Twitter. Said, "Oh God, I thought we were the number one contenders. Have I been fired?" Yeah, that's kind of
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, Hugh Longheavy says, "Why is there a tag title?" So yeah, it is a tag. It's a title match. They do weird stuff like that sometimes, man.
Or sometimes the rankings matter, then they don't. I guess more often than not, they don't.
Yeah, like Sheeta's the number one contender, and then she has to fight for a number one contendership match.
Yeah, it was the same thing with Best Friends. They're number one contender, then they'd have a match against Private Party to prove they were number one contender or something.
Yeah, but that wasn't like an official. I think technically they still. It was? No, it was? Where was that written?
I heard. That's what I heard. I think they said on commentary.
Did they?
Yeah.
All right,
match
trust you.
For number one contendership.
Wow. So yeah, you just went over the finish on that one, right?
So next we got an MJF promo. He says he's clearly the breakout star of this promotion. He had to come from another place to make that happen.
Man, he is so at the point where like I appreciate him, but at the same time, his work is so good now. I think I've even moved past appreciating him to I just want to see him get his ass beat. I'm at the point. I've moved past appreciating his work back into God, I want to see us get his ass kicked. And tonight was very satisfying.
Yeah. So he's upset that he's gone undefeated during his time in AEW, about a year, and he's yet to receive any sort of title shot. So he says, I'm in the Battle Royal, so I can provide Cody or somebody, he didn't mention Cody by name, with some quality competition. He says Wardlow's in it too. So when it's me, MJF, and Wardlow's final two, Wardlow knows what to do. And the Wardlow kind of interjects, says, but, and then MJF's like, but what? Gets all in his face.
Yeah.
He's like, ha, we're good. Let's go. And so he walks off, and Wardlow kind of stands there, and he's looking a little steamed.
Yeah, is that going to be the next thing, MJF and Wardlow?
Maybe.
Could be, huh? After that, we had said Battle Royal for TNT title shot. It was MJF, Billy Gunn,
Mark from the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Marco Stunt, Dr. Luther, Luchasaurus, Sonny Kiss, Brandon Cutler, who's 0-12 in his AEW career. I just looked that up today. Orange Cassidy, Peter Avalon, Colt Cabana, Christopher Daniels, Jungle Boy, Wardlow, and Cassidy on the way to the ring got attacked by X-Lax.
Yeah. So, Luther is the first one eliminated. Luchasaurus choke slams him out of the ring. Luther hits right in the apron. And then Wardlow tosses Sonny Kiss over the top rope. Colt hits the flying apple on Billy. Billy no-sells it, catches him, tosses him out of the ring. And then that Dark Order dude hands Colt a Dark Order flyer. He's trying to recruit Boom Boom Colt Cabana to the Dark Order.
And he took it too. He didn't
He seemed to contemplate it, yeah.
He seemed to contemplate it, yeah.
During commercial break, there's actually a pretty funny bit between Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler where they're fighting on the apron and they eliminate each other. It was actually pretty well done.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I was really actually pulling for Brandon Cutler here because I've just been told, update, Hugo Longheavy here says he's actually 0-13 now because of the loss that he took on Dark to, I think it was Nakazawa. They just hadn't updated the standings when I went to look at them. So anyways.
Marco Stunt eliminates Christopher Daniels with a Rana, and then Wardlow on the second attempt, chucks Marco Stunt out of the ring right into Christopher Daniels on the floor. He's out. Wardlow and MJF, after some back and forth between Wardlow, Billy, and Luchasaurus, they team up to eliminate Billy and Luchasaurus. At that point, Orange Cassidy finally recovers from the ex-LAX beatdown, gets in the ring, gives MJF a really lazy shove. MJF shoves him back. Wardlow holds him up. MJF puts on the ring. He's looking to punch Cassidy. However, Cassidy ducks. So MJF clocks Wardlow with the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cassidy sends MJF towards the ropes. Jungle Boy backdrops him out. And then Jungle Boy and Cassidy dump Wardlow out. Back and forth between Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy. And then Cassidy's eliminated when Jungle Boy Rana's him outside the ring and then holds on the ropes. So he's not eliminated first.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really well done. It's a really well done finish.
Yeah, this is well done, man. And it seems like I hope they've got I hope they have big plans for Jungle Boy. I know he's young. He's got I think they said he's got a year less experience than MJF, but obviously MJF, at least in promo, is a lot more polished on the mic. But I think Jungle Boy has all the makings of a star. Hollow said here in chat says, if you guys didn't know, which I don't, they're in Peter Avalon and Cutler are in a competition to see who gets a win first. I really got to start watching Being the Elite. I heard good things from this week's. I don't know what I'm doing with my days.
There's 10 matches on Dark this week.
You know what I started doing today, man? I started watching Impact.
Yeah.
There was some good stuff on it. I only got through the first hour. Their women's division is crazy good now, man. Deonna Purrazzo's there now, at least for the time being.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't signed a deal yet. It's just per appearance. I think that's Fightful Select. You should everybody go subscribe to Fightful Select.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, she's terrific. No, so are they.
Yeah.
We got a recap of
Deanna's really good too, yes.
Yeah, and she's terrific. She's not part of Fightful Select, but you should still subscribe to them.
But she did a good interview with Fightful. You should check that out too.
Hey, do you know, don't answer this, and nobody in chat answer this because spoiler alert. Do you know who won the Tournament of Champions today? Quizlemania? You do know?
Yeah.
Can you text me, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to know. I want it spoiled. Because I don't even have time to watch Being the Elite, let alone every episode of Quizlemania. But I love Quizlemania. I think it's great, and I am keeping up with who's winning.
Yeah, same here. I saw it on Twitter. Who won.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know.
All right. So, all right, have you been studying? Have you been doing your study? You told me you want the challenge of going back and taking on the best.
Yeah, if I get the invitation, then I'll start studying. I don't have time to do it just at my leisure.
What? Nah, man. There's so much studying to be done.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm at my best. Crunch time when I'm a procrastinator anyways. So I will, if I get the invitation back on Monday, I will spend the next 48 hours cramming as much information as I can in my short-term memory here to compete. Once the show is over, it'll all probably come out.
Yeah.
But man, in that 48 hours, I will absorb it like a sponge.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if studying actually did help me. I think it did.
Feel like for my experience, it didn't, because where I really struggled was the stuff that studying wasn't going to help. The eBay stuff, not really going to help.
Yeah.
The 20 questions, I had a crap strategy. Studying wasn't going to help that
Yeah,
either.
but okay. About the 20 questions, though, I do kind of feel like all the studying that I did do just sort of freshened things up a little bit in terms of like what was going on. I didn't do terribly good at that, but I didn't get 0. I got like,
well, I didn't either. I got like 2, but
I got like 5, I think, maybe.
Yeah, you got 5, I think. I
Yeah.
got 2 or 3, so I didn't end up with a goose egg.
You melted down. It was hilarious. That was like I was sitting here. I was trying
Luke
to.
before me got 16 points, man. The heat was on. I
Oh,
got
you
shut out
can't.
the first round.
Yeah, that's the you can't let somebody else's score. If you just keep your expectations dirt low, just say to yourself, do better than 0. That was
did.
my philosophy. Do better than 0.
Anyways, let's talk about this Inner Circle pep rally.
This was hilarious. They had Vicky
This was
Guerrero introducing them.
Oh, it was so good.
It's great seeing her.
So they get to the ring, and there's a table in the ring, and there's like some snacks. There's just like a bag full of stuff. There's just odds and ends. We don't know any of it is yet. Sammy brings a bag of stuff. So Jericho grabs the mic and said, it's been a rough time for the Inner Circle, but they'll band together and rise again. And they have those shirts, and they start tossing them to the crowd. And then someone throws it back.
Jericho gets so mad, and Ortiz starts trying to hunt the person down. Sammy gets on the mic. Look, man, we had this discussion before about who we think is further ahead in their development right now, Sammy versus Angel Garza. Sammy is doing such good work these days, man. I love him. So I thought he was so good tonight.
He was really good. I'll tell you what. I feel like Garza's current gimmick in WWE is holding him back.
I know. I feel the same way.
It's a really one-note thing, and he's capable of so much more.
I think he is too, but Sammy Guevara, he's not saddled with a one-note gimmick, and so we get to see so much more of him.
Yeah, so Sammy says, hey, we didn't win at the Stampede, but they did participate, so I got you all some trophies. He hands Jericho his, and it says, Jericho's like, mine says King of Dad Jokes. And Sammy says, well, it's a pandemic going on. I can't really go get trophies made. It is what it is. And he's like, all right, fine. And Santana, he's got like I don't know what you call it. Those plastic bins. I have mine that I have like paperwork in and stuff. A crate. Yeah, plastic crate. Thank you. It says, I brought a gift basket. He gives Ortiz a chopped cheese.
Okay. Now you're more of a foodie than I am. Was this
No idea. No idea what it is.
I didn't. Maybe somebody in chat knows. Was this simply an aluminum foil wrapped block of cheese?
Don't know.
Because he was munching on it afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were going to be constipated, my friend. Oh,
it's a
New York thing. Okay, you keep on going. I'm going to look it up.
So Sammy gets some sort of like Vicks healing balm because he's all beat up from Stampede. Santana gives Hager some Timberlands.
Oh, that looks
But he says,
dope.
He essentially says they're knockoffs.
Yeah.
And then he gives Jericho a framed picture of Mark Anthony.
Yeah. That was great. That was awesome. I really loved the the participation trophies, and this one says #1 dad jokes.
Yeah, it was so
I
good.
was dying, and Hager, with all the sincerity in his eyes, thanked Sammy for the participation trophy.
was so
I
good.
was dying.
Hager's poem was really good. We'll get to that in a
Hager's
second.
poem was amazing.
So Jericho gives Sammy a scooter because he's on crutches, and he's like, "Here, take this so you can move around better." And Ortiz some headphones to wear so the ringing in his ear stops from getting his bell rung.
Yeah.
Because before that, Ortiz was just screaming at everything because he couldn't hear. And then Hager says, I think he said my dad or grandpa said the best way to show appreciation is to write a poem. And so he wrote a poem called Happiness. That was really good at the end. He started to like just fall apart. and promising all sorts of violence against the elite.
So like, yeah, he read this beautiful like rhyming poem thing, and then at the end he just like the poem just so you can see how short the poem is, and it stops, and he just starts saying something like, "You're gonna find out how much of a violent person I am.
I'm gonna go to I know where you live. I'm gonna make all your fans cry." That kind of stuff. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And then Sammy asks Chris Jericho, "What do you want?" And Jericho, without missing a beat, says, "I want Mike Tyson's head on the platter because I don't forget what Tyson did to me." He had the exact date, but it was in 2010 on a Monday night where he knocked me out, and I've been dreaming of getting my hands on Tyson ever since. And Sammy's like, "Well, I couldn't get you Tyson's head, but I did bring you, or head on a platter, but I did bring you a cheese platter and a little bit of bubbly." So he pulls off a napkin over this thing, and there's supposed to be champagne bottles in there. There are, but they're empty. Cheese platter.
Oh, Hager was reciting the bit from Taken. That's what chat's telling us. That's what I thought because he talked about the skill set at the beginning. That was funny.
Yeah. The cheese platter is like 90% eaten. There's like 3 pieces of salami and a couple pieces of cheese.
The bubbly's empty, yeah.
Yeah, so Tyson and his crew come down. Vitor Belfort's in there. Rashad Evans is in there. I don't know who the guy with the face
Nobody
paint
knows
was.
who that is. Sean Ross Sapp asked about that on Twitter, and I looked at his replies. There were like 30 replies. Nobody knew who that guy was. But my God, he was like hamming it up for the camera.
Yeah.
Cejudo was there too, the boxer, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
So they all come down the ring. There's a stare down. They're in each
Cejudo,
other's
yeah.
faces. Yeah. Tyson calls Jericho a sucker. It says, "You stole the title in 2010. That's why I knocked you out." And Jericho says, "Well, I'm going to, right here, right now, I demand apology or I'm going to knock Tyson out." Tyson is ripping his shirt off, posing in Jericho's face, talking trash. Jericho shoves him. Tyson shoves him back. All hell breaks loose. Locker room empties out. Cody's pulling Tyson back up on the stage. We're totally getting some sort of Jericho Tyson program, whether it be Fighter Fest or All Out. Totally going to happen. I think.
Oh yeah, Henry Cejudo is a UFC guy. Sorry, not a boxer. Dirt. I saw a video of him in his swimming pool or something recently, so I was vaguely aware of who he was. Anyways,
Gotcha.
So yeah, this was there was a big pull apart. Yeah. So yeah, who knows where this is gonna lead? I mean, it's gonna be something with. I saw. Did you watch the mods in Mod Chat posted a link to the clip, and it was during a tag match between Tyson and Jericho versus DX, and in the end, Tyson was wearing the DX shirt underneath his black shirt, and then he revealed it, punched out, knocked out Jericho, and celebrated with DX.
With DX. A make good for punching Shawn Michaels at Mania 14, apparently.
Yeah, seemingly, yeah. They were not shy about this. Was basically a recreation of that. So
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Anyways, let's answer some questions.
Sure.
I'll get on the Patreon.
Dang MQ says, Henry, how do you pronounce his last name?
Cejudo, I think.
Cejudo, that sounds right. Just retired from UFC a few weeks ago. Zondo says, so MJF basically says that in kayfabe, Cody is an authority figure, so then why did Cody have to do all that crap to get an MJF match? Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
I mean, I guess in theory, Cody could have just said, "All right, well, I'm your boss. I'm ordering you to have this match." But I think part of it was to show Cody his how serious he was about wanting to get his hands on MJF. So you just have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to suspend your disbelief for.
Yeah, I'm not huge on having to fill in the blanks myself. They could easily kayfabe this by saying, "Hey, I'm EVP, but all matters pertaining to me and my booking go through Tony Khan."
Somebody else, yeah.
Or just somebody else, because otherwise it's clearly a conflict of interest. So I'm going to assume that.
Okay, fair enough. Nielsen, 82, AEW Rumble showed the parity and popularity of their roster. That said, is there anyone you could firmly say won't win any title in the future? It's not looking good for Brandon Cutler at this point.
No, it's not looking good for Brandon Cutler. Although it's
Peter Avalon for
which
that
is
matter.
crazy because like he looks great, like everything about his packaging and stuff. And then so I would actually say that Peter Avalon has a worse chance at winning a title than Brandon Cutler. I would say Peter Avalon definitely not.
Yeah.
Yo, long heavy says Luther isn't winning shit. That's rude.
If they ever get a hardcore title in AEW, maybe then he's got a chance.
She said, "You being an alien is a crock of shit." Nemo, been a while, Nemo, since we've heard from you. She says, "How long of Cody holding the TNT title will it seem more important than the AEW title?"
Well, here's the thing. I don't foresee the TNT title really ever remaining a pay-per-view, at least not in the near future.
I agree.
That AEW championship is going to main event every pay-per-view for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And that's why the AEW title will feel more important.
Yep. Dang MQ brings up a good point, man. R.I.P. to Richard Hurd, George's Yank. What was his name? Was it Wilhelm?
Well, I remember him as the dude from V.
Well, yeah, but what was the name on Seinfeld?
Yeah,
I think it was
Wilhelm. Yeah, sounds right. Phil the Thrill says grit is top word in wrestling. Yeah, Wilhelm is right.
People love the
Bradley.
grit. They love the grit.
Yeah, grit's the thing. Thank you for the sub, Stevie Bradley, the enforcer.
Scotty Sparks, what should we realistically expect from FTR? Tag champions within 6 months or long-term story with the Bucks?
Considering how they've utilized XLAX, Santana Ortiz, like they're one of the best tag teams in the world.
Yeah,
they're so good.
Yep.
They haven't sniffed those titles yet.
Yep.
I mean, neither of the Young Bucks either. I guess they had a title match against Kenny and Page, but like XLX have not really. I don't feel like they've come close to being champions yet.
I would suggest they do this. You do a long-term thing with the Bucks first, let's say 6 months, and then you rope in the title somehow. You're away from it, and then somebody wins the titles. You come back around to it because you got to make it. You can't just bring him in and here's the titles. Like you said with XLAX, they didn't do that, and they're fine.
Hugh Longheavy, I was desperately hoping the board was going to be a whiteboard, and she was going to pull a Kevin Nash.
Oh, that'd be great.
Brit Baker, that is.
That'd be great.
Joe Juarez has one more Brit Baker comment. What if the conspiracy is true, but it turns out to be led by Shivani?
Ooh.
What if Schiavone is heading up this conspiracy?
No, I would hate that. I like that he's got a weird thing with her. I think it's hilarious. It is so great.
Funny.
Thomas Dunnigan, do you think 4 championships is perfect for AEW, or do you want to see more in the future? And if so, what are the titles you'd want to see? No, I think what they're doing is perfect. I wouldn't mind the TNT title turning into sort of like their X Division title, where, I mean, I guess you consider it a mid-card title, but it's where the innovative wrestling is.
Yeah. Gareth Nicholas, do you think we will ever get a Jericho versus Hardy match featuring all their past versions of themselves? That's probably what the Elite Deletion was going to be.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They never really circled around back to that. I guess they still could. Let's see here.
White Brownie 92, after tonight, you guys think Dynamite can compete with Raw or SmackDown?
No, it takes a long time.
It takes years of equity with fans to get to that point where...
Yeah, it does.
It's going to take a while.
Scott Hill Jr., don't know if this has been asked yet, but is the ring that MJF possesses it's the same as the chip that Brian Cage won? Are they both similar to Money in the Bank? No. It's been announced that Brian Cage is going to get his title shot at Fyter Fest, and
I don't
the
believe
ring
MJF's ring represents any sort of title opportunity at all.
No, it doesn't.
Let the Fiend in. Who makes the most sense taking the titles off Omega Page? Maybe FTR showing they are better than the Young Bucks storyline wise. I would not be surprised at this point if. Maybe because based on this exclusively on what Excalibur said, if Best Friends take those belts off Omega Page for the reason you said, maybe they work better when they're not on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think at some point they need to get back to tag teams having the tag titles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could easily at Fyter Fest give him to the best friends and then conclude a Hangman Kenny thing maybe at the All Out.
All Out.
If that's going to be a big thing,
Yeah. Flats 3. Who's more likely to win next week in the title matches? Havoc and Sabian or Jungle Boy? Chances aren't looking good for any of them, honestly.
I would say that the better chances by far would be Jungle Boy because of what I said. We didn't see any Archer this week, and I think it'd be awesome. I mean, it seems like a very Cody thing to do anyways. He says, hey, I'm going to defend this every week. Well, within 4 weeks, that's going to get old, and that's just too much. I would not be shocked at all if Jungle Boy won this next week thanks to Lance Archer. I would not be shocked. It'd be fascinating to put that title on such a young guy and then have people come chasing him. I think that'd be fascinating.
That would be interesting. Gareth Nicholas, any chance AEW will use HBO Max to stream pay-per-view and content? Maybe their secondary show, but I think I don't know if HBO Max will have a pay-per-view or a premium aspect to it, like Bleacher Report BR Live already does.
I know that was it? Never mind. I'm not even going to say it because I can't source it.
All right. Omega Advent AEW does their own version of GTV. What is it called and who's behind it?
Peter Avalon and Leva Bates, and they're using the library computers to spy on people.
There you go. The Milkman Leche. Is that how you pronounce it? Leche?
Leche, yeah.
Yeah. Subscribe. Thank you very much. Dang MQ. When things go back to normal, how long before we see FTR versus Lucha Brothers? Oh, man, that's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So good. FTR versus XLX. That's going to be so good. Die Hard Homer. Could Cody do open challenges like Cena did with the U.S. title that gave us great matches, including Stardust? Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Oh, so Bleacher Report is... Are they owned by AT&T?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's all part of the same thing.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, they're already basically running on... Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be an arm for paying extra for stuff. Why would they do that when they have Bleacher Report? They could just advertise on HBO Max.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
I got to check out HBO Max's lineup, see what they got.
They got like everything.
I know, but everything, I have very specific needs.
Well, what do you need? Tell me. Other than my VCR, what else do you need?
I need your VCR.
Is that all you need?
Pretty much. I mean, with WWE Network and with the DC Universe app, I can watch wrestling and I can read all the comics.
And you have all the Seasons of Deadwood on DVD, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Did they take that off like HBO Now or HBO Go? I have one of those.
Don't know.
Yeah, I might need HBO Max. I mean, technically, I wouldn't need it till 2021 for the Snyder Cut.
Oh, you're just going to subscribe for the
just
trial
for
subscription?
That.
Watch
just
that. Cancel.
Once I see that, I'm going to rage can. This is crap. This is worse than Hell in a Cell 2019.
We actually like that. So tomorrow, what do we got going on? We're going to do our NXT recap. We got that.
Yep.
We got tomorrow night. We got our fun block.
Oh.
I'll be doing music stuff at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern.
I'm going to try to load up some old school commercials, man.
I got you. I'm guaranteeing there will be horses tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I'm guaranteeing there'll be horses tomorrow.
On Unsolved Mysteries?
I'm just saying I'm guaranteeing there's going to be horses tomorrow.
All right, man.
So anybody who needs to see some horses Thursday, you're going to get horses.
All right. Well, that's good because last week's Unsolved Mysteries was such a bummer. That old lady's been invading my dreams, man. She's like, find me. And I'm like, wow, bitch, you're dead. Get out of my dreams.
8 p.m. I'll be doing music stuff. 9 p.m. Steve doing the Unsolved Mysteries watch along. So if you got Amazon Prime, you're all set. You're ready to go.
A YouTube link that I'll send you because they have all of them on YouTube anyways. And I think they're like officially through the people who have the distribution rights. I think otherwise they'd be taking that shit down.
You think so?
Anyways, yeah, join us tomorrow. It's a lot of fun. For patrons, Twitch subs, and YouTube channel members, Friendo Club TV tomorrow is Pin, Lose, or Draw. So if you want to join in our contest where Larson gives me stuff to draw, then you figure out what it is.
See if you are the one who could topple Alex C.
Oh, that's right. Two-time Alex C. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining in. Appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.